life comes as is. And to make the most of life has been given to us, and it's our responsibility to use it properly. Each one of us should make an effort to increase the standard of living in their communities in which they live. Each one of us can do our part. Don't sit idly by and say, I'm alone, I can't do anything by myself. You can make a difference, and I hope that you will take it seriously. And the second gift is the gift of the land in which we live. We are the wealthiest and most privileged people on earth. I don't know if you're aware of that, but we are. The poorest among us, and there are many, unfortunately, are rich compared to most of the others in this world. John Donne, a poet 400 years ago, said, no man is an island. Every man is part of the main. And it's true. And he said that to remind us that as long as one person is enslaved in this world, by that, many persons are enslaved. And as long as one person's mind is in darkness, by that much do all persons live in darkness. And as long as one person is suffering, by that much are all persons suffering. And I think that each one of us can make a difference. Which leads me to three things really, for which I dream in 1991. That there will be no war in 1991. And secondly, that a cure for cancer can be gotten. And that a breakthrough. And thirdly, that a breakthrough in order to help find a solution to the problem of hunger in our world. So when I wish each and every one of you the best for 1991, I hope you will think about these things. Thanks.
Upon Spaniards Bay and Bishop's Cove Bend for another tune, please. Good job, that was. At this time, I'd like to call. I haven't seen the King Lion, the Lions Club here today. So I call upon Ralph Holmes to come and bring greetings on behalf of the Lions Club here in Shearstown.
Well, on behalf of the Lions Club in Shearstown, I wish everybody here, I think that they wish everybody here happy and prosperous New Year. And I just can't go and tell this is a joke, you know. There's this fisherman down there, Spendy's Bay. He takes the limewire and he goes out almost out to Carbonear. And his two sons, was a whale and a fire. There's not two big names, I understand, but that's the name of them. So anyway, when he was out there on the long line, out come this whale. Or he was looking down, one of the sons was looking down over the side. And out come this whale. And he come up, took what he went on with him. The other guy, he heard him, went over to see what happened. Of course, out come the whale again, and he went on another whale and went on with him. So his father, he took the boat and he steered her into Spendy's Bay. He didn't know he was going to tell his wife, so when he said suicide, he said, "A awful bad thing happened today." He said, "Two boys are gone." He said, he was eaten by two fish. He said, two different big whales. And he said, the fire went off. He said, the big fish came up and he hit the fire and went on with it. But she said, it had to be a big fish. He said, to hit the fire. Yes, he said, you should have seen the one by the way. On behalf of the Shearstown Lions, I'd like to thank everyone. I got to tell you before like the Florida decision, so but there's no philanthropy. He went up in Toronto. So when he was up in Toronto, he went to the store and he said, I want a pound of bologna, a dozen eggs, and a turnip. This guy looked at him, he said, you must be from Newfoundland. He said, how'd you know that? He said, I know it's by your accent, the way you talk. That won't happen no more. So he took this course for 6 months, learn English and all that, you know. So he went to try it. So he went downtown, he went to the store and he said, I want a dozen eggs, a pound of bologna, and a head of cabbage. But he looked at me and said, you must be from Newfoundland. He said, how'd you know that? Because he said, the entire store.
I'd like to call on Shearstown Band now to give us another tune. I'm going to call on Brother Don Beckcott. Don has been chosen within the last few days to be Cromwell's bandmaster. Lloyd have stepped down to have a little rest because he's in a lot of the things, but he's still playing the band. So I'd like to call on Don. Come up and have a few words. On the back senior because you're short there. I'd like to call on Tilton Ben for another tune, please. come up and bring greetings on behalf of College Point. Dashing Schaumburg.
Mr. Chairman, Brother Tom, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, sir, I'm going to let you on your wonderful day away. I have missed the last 15 years. So I'd like to be in myself from Scumberg, LOL number 45. Also from Sunday, Mad BP 851. Much as a brother Raphael told him to go to the one-ton mile, just drive miles over. You were not too long. But yeah, anyway, we went to this place and the boss there asked a lot of questions. He said, sir, what state do you belong to? Sir, I said, I don't know what did it. When did they go? He said, it's not only states that way. Thank you so very much.
Bay Band and Bishop's Cove. I say Spanish Bay and Bishop's Cove. I suppose I'm saying the right thing, you know. For the people who don't know, Spanish Bay and Bishop's Cove is combined there as a band. They got together about 2 years ago and they're a lovely band too. So at this time I'd like to call on Spanish Bay and Bishop's Cove to give us another little tune, please. To see so many people around here this evening, especially on parade today. And when you look back, I'm not that old now, but when you look back a few years ago, when you look back a few years ago, I can go back about 20 years ago when the parades began on. You know, you'd get ready and go on the parades as a young fella and watch the men playing the instruments and then go to the lodge in the evening for the lectures, but the lodge is too small now, we have to come to the rec center. So it was great we were able to come into this beautiful building. They've been after doing a lot of renovations, and I still call it the rec center. It's the Lions Club. And come in this beautiful building and be able to sit down in comfort and listen to so many bands with selections. But years ago we used to go on parade as young fellas, and a crowd of us would get together and lug the bass drum. You know, as the players usually have, or someone was getting tired, we give them a break and lug the drum from. But I noticed today on the parade, there for a while, I thought we was going to get a few of the young fellas to lug John it. Because he was getting awful tired there for a while. So ladies and gentlemen, on the next man I got to come to the platform this evening is John Efford, member for the Porty-Grave District and the Minister of Social Services. But before John comes to the microphone this evening, I'm going to ask Shearstown to play another tune. And this, I believe, is John Efford's theme song. So Shearstown, after Shearstown, I'd like for John to have a few words. So Shearstown Band, I'd like for you to play John Effort's theme song.
Thank you, Tom. Oh boy. Talk about things on the cockles of your ass. Thanks, John. I better get my composure for a second. I think the night that song, that tune was played at the Bay Arena, I think was the proudest night of my life. And I don't think there's ever anything that I've ever remembered more in my life. And I think every time I speak in a public or a political situation in St. John's, the Shearstown Band comes to my mind. And the Premier of the province, every time I'm in his company, once in a while we'll have a chat and talk about that special occasion. And a Christmas present, John, I could never ever receive any better on this earth. To the Shearstown Band, thank you very, very much. You know, Boxing Day in Holy Grave is a very, very special day. It's a day when most of the men get together and they do some serenading. And I think for the last 17 years, this is the 17th year that my first cousin and his children always come to the house about 9 o'clock Boxing Day in the morning, and we start out and we have a few drinks, and a number of people come to the house. We'll move around next from door to door and we'll get on the move. Came again this morning about 9:30, and we sat down and we had a few drinks, and come about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and they wanted to move on. And there was something drawing me all day not to go, because I had an invitation to come into the lectures this afternoon, and I wanted to go, and you're saying, will I go with the boys, or will I go to Shearstown, or what will I do? Anyhow, I went to 2 houses, and there was something bothering me, and I said, that's enough. I'm not happy what I'm doing today. I'm going to the Shearstown, directly into the Lions Centre, and I'm going to listen to the bands. Wasn't expecting this sort of crowd, because I spent a couple of lectures at Boxing Day at the lodge, and when I came in this afternoon and saw the 4 bands and they heard the music,
the adrenaline and the blood started flowing and started to feel real good. And I tell you, I'm not sorry once, not 1 ounce of sorrow was in my heart, you know, that I came in. But when I come in earlier, I just got on the last part of Reverend Morgan's speech, and something brought together the responsibility that I have as Minister of Social Services and Reverend Morgan as Minister of her church. Now, the two has got a little different job in life because one ministers religion, the other one is in the political form. But if you stop to think for a second, there's a lot of things that coincide. There's a lot of things that the reality and the job that we have to do is one and the same. Because I'm minister of a department that's responsible for people. And I can tell you, I love people. I guess probably that's the reason why the Premier appointed me Minister of Social Service, because I like working with people, I like being with people, and I like to know people, and I like to help people. And I don't do it for the sake of getting something out of it, I do it because I want to give. And I thought, listening to the words that he spoke on the last few lines as I was coming in, about what he'd like to see in 1991 done, peace in the world, a cure for the worsening disease, cancer, and a couple of other things. I thought I'd like to pass along to you a few statistics that I, as Minister of Social Services, would like to see not happen and be cured in 1991. I've been Minister of that department for the last 18, 19 months. I enjoy it, I love my job. People say to me, why would you want to be Minister of Social Services? Well, I want to be Minister of Social Services because I think, and I have a pleasure of doing something good and doing something for people, so I enjoy my job. It's a very difficult department, and you don't go into a job expecting to get an easy end. But let me give you some of the statistics of what I deal with on a day-to-day basis. We have 25,500 people, 25,500 families today dependent on social assistance in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. 25,500. That's the last statistics as of the end of November. That represents 55,000 people. Now listen to what I'm saying, just connect the numbers with the reality of what I'm saying. 90% of those people are not on social assistance because they want to be. Do you know what the average family depending on social assistance gives a family of 4? $595 a month to pay heat, lights, clothes, all the essential things that you need in life. The old coot and cabang, we say it on the 40 grade. $595 a month. Let me give you another statistic. Do you realize that we got 10,000 people in this province? 10,000, Reverend Morgan, what we call the working poor? People who are worse off than on social assistance, who are at $4.25 an hour. Now let me give you something more shocking and why I want to see something better happen in 1991. Do you realize in this province today that we have 8,000 children? Think about it. Now let me repeat it again. 8,000 children under child protection. That means that we have identified 8,000 children in this province, in this little province, in the last 4 or 5 years, who have been sexually, mentally, and physically abused. 8,000 that we know about. 8,000. Let me tell you one horrifying story. 2. I on top of my department, downtown St. John's last October, a year ago, a year and 2 months. A little girl, 18 months old, where every part of her little body was burned with a cigarette butt. I had a young girl, 27 years old, who was working in the credit union in St. John's today. Came into my office 2 months ago, with her brother, who was 27. They were foster children. Let me tell you how she was abused by a foster parent. Not saying anything negative, but let me tell you what happened. She wet in her pants when she was 4 years old. It was a common thing for her to do. Do you know how they punished her? They put her in the clothes dryer and turned on the clothes dryer. Let me tell you what happened since I became minister. On Torbay Road in St. John's, a little girl, 6 years old, just look in front of me. A little girl, 6 years old, look at her, little boy, was bad. Like my little girl was bad. and something in the house. How did they punish her? They put her in the oven. Put her in the oven. That's since I became innocent. And I could go on and on and on. I would shock you out of your mind. I deal with it every day in the week. I don't sleep. There's nights I go to bed and I can't close my eyes. And it's all the responsibility of the Department of Social Service and the Minister trying to do something about it. And I bring those statistics to yourself because it's good to see people together. It's good to be a part of the Orange Lodge, the Orange Society. That's the reason I find it those things. It's good to be able to come and with the little children and listen to the Shearstown, the Spaniards Babies of Gold, the Portigrave Band, which I'm very, very proud of, and the Tilton Band and all the bands. Because they're adding something good to society. They're doing something that more of us and more we should do, and we should spread, and we should make it a part of our lives. And we should never look down on families who are less fortunate than ourselves. Believe me. Never look down on families because they don't have as much as you have, or because they're in a desolate situation, because they're in despair, because they're having family problems, the husband or the wife drinks, or there's some debt I or you don't consider a normal part of life. You shouldn't look down. But what you should do, you should reach out and touch and offer someone a little bit of what you have inside you. And sometimes instead of abusing or causing problems in the family, by someone reaching out, that we could change someone's life a little bit. And it's a real part of our community. And it's going to be a part of our community forever and ever, unless human beings become a little more supportive of each other. And we reach out, and instead of asking, we start giving. And I'm not talking about dollars and cents. I'm talking about giving a little bit of kindness. Because money is the root of all evil. A little bit of kindness, a little bit of feeling, a little bit of help towards each other. And I think if I can come in there to the Lions Centre this afternoon and take a part and be a part, and which I do with great pleasure, of your celebrations of the Christmas season, offer you a message. In 1991, if all of us made that much of a move towards the little direction that I've talked about, Reverend Morgan, I think 1991 could maybe be an whole lot better for all of us. And for the less fortunate, who are a part of our world, and a part of our homes, and a part of our families, could be improved a great lot. So my wish for 1991, that when we come back next year, whether it be in your lodge or it be here, a lot of those things will be accomplished, and a lot more children will be not in the protective, but in the loving family homes. So Tom, on behalf of the Premier of the Province, the Honourable Clyde Wells, and all members of the government, I would like to pass along my sincere and our sincere congratulations to the success of what you're accomplishing, because this is a time of celebration. This is a time that you should be able to come together this afternoon, have a parade together, have a meal together, play your instruments, your music, and be a part of celebration. Because you've done a lot of work over the past year in your donations to the community. And as I witnessed you open the boat malls this year, I was very proud to be able to be there and take part of the official opening of the trees when the Shearstown Band was there, and proud of that because it added a lot to people's lives. And that's what your lodge is all about, the Bible and the community and people. And I take great pleasure on behalf of all people in the district of Portigrave to say a very, very sincere congratulations. A Merry Christmas to not only the members of the lodge and the bands from all the communities, but the people in general. Very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And my only prayer is that it can be answered over 1991 as the year starts to come in on January the 1st and follows right through. That the words that Reverend Morgan spoke and the words that I just spoke can come to reality. It won't all be accomplished, but we can put our foot on the first step, then we've made a giant step towards accomplishment and helping the others. Thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, John, for those kind words, and we appreciate that you're here at our festivities at Boxing Day. And I can probably I probably would speak out of line, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to invite you back again next Boxing Day. Usually Boxing Day is our day, not unless anything comes up, and I'd like to thank all the bands, but I'm going to save that for the master to do that. It's getting a little bit late now, it's 20 after 4, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the master of Cromwell, LOL, to come up and say a few words, and then we'll finish her off, and probably the bands will stay and have a few tunes if they want to, and the people can stay. So at this time, I'd like to call upon Paul Summerton, who is the reigning master of Cromwell, to come to the platform, please.
Thank you, Brother Tom, Reverend Morgan, Mr. Redford, special guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this morning and helping with our parade. Without the bands and a few of the members of the alarm, it couldn't just go ahead. So I'd like to thank the bands. Next, I'd like to thank Brother Tom Noseworthy here for looking after us this evening. And I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And later on tonight, I think it's 8:30 at the lodge, we're going to be having our annual card game. Soup and sandwiches will be served. So again, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe I've got everyone now this evening, and please forgive me if I forgot anyone, and try to be patient, but Paul asked me to do this now this morning out to the lodge. And as someone said this evening, I believe Brother Tom said that Tom had his agenda ready. Yeah, I got my agenda ready, scribbles and all. I was winging it as I was going. So at this time, I'd like to call upon Shearstown Band to give us the national anthem, please. Everyone rise, please. The Queen, I was sorry, there's the Queen of it. Stay here and have a few tunes now if they like, and I'd like to thank each and every member of every band here today for coming, from the bottom of my heart and also on behalf of Cromwell. Thank you.
Moses, how you doing, buddy? Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Merry Christmas, family. Merry Christmas, sir.
Stuff there, but just to start things off, on behalf of myself and my family, I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous and Happy New Year. The evening is leading leading on now, so we'll try to get some of the things straightened out and get going. I see Reverend Morgan down at the door. If he'd come to the stage, please, as a representative of the church, Anglican Church here in Shearstown, and also as a Grand Lodge member. Also, at this time, I'd like to put an invitation out to any other Grand Lodge officer. By the way, I'm just acting this evening. Paul Summerton is the Master of Cromwell here in Shearstown. So I'd like to put an invitation this evening to all reigning Grand Lodge officers and past Grand Lodge officers. If they're in the building, would they please come to the platform, please? That's also LOBA and Worthy Mistress, if they're in the building, would they come to the platform? Do we have anyone there from representative from the Mayor Office Town Council? I see one problem figure here this evening. I'd like to call Mr. Roland Butler as Senior Executive of John Efford. Bring greetings on behalf of no one else in the evening, so he can come up. I'm sure Roland can say a few words for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to lead on this evening, I'll read out the lodges in the area. And first of all, it's Tilton, Chosen Few, Upper Island Cove, Glencoe, Bishop's Cove, Arch of Oak, Spaniards Bay, No Surrender, Shearstown, Cromwell, of course, Bay Roberts, Victoria, Coley's Point, Dashing Schramberg, Portygrave, Elmskellin, Clark's Beach, Bartholomew, Cubitt's, Prince of Wales, and Briggett's, Royal Standard. And first of all, I'll call on Shearstown Band to give us a selection, please. We haven't got all the bass drum. I see Portygrave down there, they can stand her off. us to take a seat on the stand. So I'm going to start picking fellas now. So I'm going to call on Bill Daw, the master of Portigrave Lodge, to come up and pass his few words on behalf of the people there in Shearstown. Thanks a lot, Tom. On behalf of Elm Skelm and Portigrave, I bring you greetings and the compliments of the season. And also, while I'm up, I'll bring greetings on behalf of the Provincial Grand Lodge of the Lyle Lounge on the Prince of Newfoundland. Thank you. Thank you, Bill, very much. It seems like we always pick on you every year you come. Now we'll have a tune from Tilton Band. And if one of them don't so come, I'm going to point them out. I see Charles making his way to the stand. If no one wouldn't have come, I was going to get Charles anyway. I was going to put him on the spot.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Very poor end to talk. So, we have LOL 153. We're glad to be here at the brass band. We have a prayer this Sunday in Tilton, so we welcome all the bands to come down. Very good. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. If you wouldn't have come up, we probably wouldn't have went to Tilton, see? So now you'll get a lot of ends. Right now, I'd like to call on Spaniards Bay and Bishop's Cove as a combined band to give us a tune, please. Spaniards Bay and Bishop's Cove to come up and say a few words. Either the bandmaster or Joe Peddle. I'm sure Joe Peddle can say a few words this evening. First of all, I'd like to apologise for not being able to make it this morning. It rained. Eric and the boys got a good turnout. So, on behalf of Bishop's Cove and Spaniards Bay, I'd like to send everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you very much, and seems to know that You can't get no one to come up on stage, but when you put the finger on them, they certainly comes. We'll drag them up after a while. First of all, now something else I got to get done here this evening is one representative I never got up here this evening, and we got to get up here to represent the Shearstown Lions Club. I'd like for Ralph Holmes to come up on stage here, please. Also, here, as I'm past master, one of the past masters of Cromwell, and I'm acting as master in capacity here this evening for Paul Summerton, so I'd like to call on Tom Owens as a past master to come to the platform too, please. He's out the porch. Come on in, Tom. Come on in, Tom.
Here we go.
Come on up, Tom. Anyway, we get the platform full, and before it's all over, we'll fill it all up here this evening. So now I'd like to call on Cromwell to give us a tune. And there's a person here in the building, apparently a representative from the Lodge, the Kellegrows, the Prince of Orange. I wonder, could he come to the platform, please? Ladies and gentlemen, what I tell you?
I wish you well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tilly is past master at our partner lodge in Kellegrows. And anyone else that's from far lodges, they're welcome to take a seat on up here on the platform with us. Also now, we had a representative from Tilton, Spanish Bay Bend. We got the master of Spanish Bay Lodge here in the building, so I'd like for him to come and bring greetings on behalf of his lodge in Spanish Bay. His lodge is No Surrender.
On behalf of Alabama number 15, Spaniards Bay, I'd like to bring greetings and wish us all a Merry Christmas and Happiest of New Year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to call on Tony Green Band to give us another tune, please.
behalf of fellow welcome at 28 Bishop's Cove, I'd like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous New Year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. At this time, I'd like to call on Tilton Ben to give us another tune, please.
On behalf of Joseph Joe 1341 Tilton, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Playing Bishop's Cove. The Rise are up there again now. out to bring greetings on behalf of the LOBA here in Shearstown, and also she's an honorary member of the LOBA. And I'm going to call upon her this evening. If she don't want to come, that's okay, but if she can make it, if she feels she wants to do it, she's certainly welcome. Annie Fyander. Sister Annie Fyander.
I'd like to bring greetings under common lot Shearstown 959. But there's one thing, I'm glad I'm here. Last year I knew nothing about it, so all I do is thank God. But I was delighted to see Shearstown back to the house when they played together night. That's all I can say.
We appreciate it very much, Annie. Thank you very much. Now, if Shearstown is ready, I'd like the info as to wrap her up. If anyone got a towel or anything, or some kind of a piece of old rag or something they got around, they could probably wipe the top of John's head there from... time now, I'd like to call upon Laura Mercer. She's the master of the JOL here in Shearstown, and it's a new lodge that was formed a couple of years ago, and it's going really well. So I'd like for her to come up and bring greetings on behalf of the lodge.
Reverend Morgan, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the JOL number 537 of Shearstown, I bring you greetings, and I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Ready to go. Thank you, Laura. Fine job. I'd like to call upon Portygrave to give us another tune there, please. Thank you, Portygrave, and at this time I think I'll start up on the stage and try to clear up some of it. We started out, we never had no one, but we're building them up here now. So at this time I'd like to call on Brother Tom Owens to bring greetings on behalf of the Black Preceptory here in Shearstown. Also, Brother Tom is honorary member of Orange Lodge.
On behalf of Cromwell, happy Christmas and a bright and peaceful New Year. I'm not able to speak very much, so I was just looking around there and I seen a man here on the sitting back and he got an agenda on paper, so I'm not going to take much time. I'm going to wish you one and all, sir, the best in life.
Thank you, Brother Tom. At this time, I'd like to call on Tilton Band again to give us another tune. a few words, please.
Brother Toastmaster, honorary members of the lodges, invited guests, brothers and sisters of all ranks, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. I hope I got everybody. Sure I have. I'd like to take this opportunity first to thank Cromwell for the invitation this afternoon to speak here. And I want just to let you know that I appreciate it. And this is the third year with you now, and I feel it's an honor. And thank you very much for the opportunity. I'd also like to thank the members of the local lodges in the area for their contribution to the life and work of the communities in which they live. And I also would like to thank Cromwell and the other lodges here in Shearstown for their efforts in the past year and for their support. And I bring you greetings from the provincial Grand Orange Lodge, and especially from the Master, the Grand Master Elred Avery. After Christmas, beginning tomorrow, we go through the ritual which we call Christmas swapping. Merchants and shopkeepers have come to accept this as a normal part of Christmas season. But these are some gifts, and there are some gifts which cannot be exchanged. As we begin New Year 1991, I would like to suggest a couple of them, just for a moment. There is the gift of life that we take for granted, unfortunately, and I'm sure no one of us had responsibility for our coming into existence in this world, yet few among us would choose not to have been given